for this dish, you'll need a baking pan. I have some Brussels sprouts here, which I cut in half, some freshly washed asparagus, and I cut off the ends. I have some butter here, some garlic powder. I have chili pepper, and you can also use cayenne pepper if you want, just for that added little bit of heat. I have some black pepper here, some salt, and I have squash. So this is optional, you can switch it out. The first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 425 degrees and just place your asparagus nicely out. You want to make sure you just give them their own little level of space. And then what you want to do is just sprinkle some salt. So you want to just lightly sprinkle some salt. Here I have some fresh garlic that I'm just going to throw on top. I want it to have that garlicky flavor. You have the option of using garlic powder as well, but for this one I want the actual garlic. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of my butter all over this. Since I am using butter and not oil, and if you do that, you might want to go lightly on the salt. Next, I'm just going to add some cayenne pepper, just for that little added bit of heat. Be careful, cayenne pepper is very hot, so you definitely don't want to play with that. And just rub that in. So you want to make sure that all of this buttery garlic sauce coat each piece of asparagus, and it's just going to be so nice while it's toasting away in our oven. And once you're done, you just lay them out, and we're going to move on to the next one. Next, I'm going to take my Brussels sprouts and just line them there. And then you want to do the same thing. So for these ones, I'm just going to add some black pepper right onto there. I'm going to add some red chili flakes. Season with a bit of salt. And then I'm just going to add a bit of garlic powder. And finish off with a little bit of this butter sauce. You want to get that all over there. And it's the same thing. You want to go ahead and just massage that in. You want to make sure this is well seasoned. Last but not least, you want to take your squash. And I cut mine up thinly because you don't want them to take too long to cook. You kind of want them all to cook on around the same time. And then you just want to lay out your squash. As many as you're using, you just want to lay them out. And then you can go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of salt and black pepper. You can keep this one very simple if you choose to, or you can spice it up a bit. It's really up to you. So there's some black pepper. And then I'm just going to rub this in on both sides. You want these to be nicely seasoned. So you just want to take your butter now and just lightly coat these on both sides. The butter will penetrate through, and it's just going to be nice and tender and help this to cook so well. Be sure to wash the skin properly if you do plan to eat it, because if the skin is cooked properly, it's definitely edible. And we're all done. This is what it looks like after you're done. So you want to go ahead and pop these into your oven from anywhere to about 12 to 20 minutes, or until these are nice and crispy and these are fully cooked. And that's it. So for our fish now, so here I have some fresh white perch, and here I have some Caribbean spice with roasted garlic. I have a little bit of ginger. This is just the spice I have here. And I have my oil preheating on medium heat. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is season my fish. You can season this however way you like. You can use salt, all-purpose seasoning, salt, whichever you prefer. Anything that adds that extra flavor that you're looking for, you can go ahead and use. And then I'm just going to go ahead and season this and then rub it in. Once you're done seasoning your fish, you can begin to fry them. I'm frying mine on medium-high heat right now. You want to be careful because this will splash. You don't want to get burned. Don't put too many in at once. My pot can hold 3, so I have 3 frying at a time. Be sure to check on these. So just give them a quick little spin to make sure all sides get a nice, even cook. Squash is looking good. Yep, look at that. It's already nice and soft. So I'm going to go ahead and turn mine on the opposite side. After you're done frying, you want to remove onto some paper towel and continue the process. And then you put your meal together and you're pretty much done. Once all your fish is done frying, you want to leave a little bit of that same oil in here because all of those flavors are still in the oil. And here I have some finely cut onions, and I have some mushrooms, fresh thyme, and a little piece of Scotch bonnet pepper. This is just going to be a delicious topping. You just want to go ahead and just add all of those in. This is going to be like a quick saute. So you just want to saute these real quick. Turn your stove down because you do not want to burn any of this. And then we're going to season this with a little bit of curry powder, some of my Caribbean seasoning, some parsley if you choose, and then you want to mix this together. This should be like only like 3 minutes because you don't want these to overcook. You just want them just to get a little bit of cook time. Then we're going to go ahead and add the tiniest amount of water. And that looks good. And we're going to give these about 2 minutes on low heat. And then you can go ahead and scoop them and add them on top of your fish. So good. And the heat from that pepper is just going to make it that much divine. If you don't like a lot of pepper, you don't have to add, or you can just add a tinier piece than I did. But I'm feeling a little peppery today. And then that's it. Enjoy! Alright guys, and here's the finished dish of dinner. It looks amazing, smells amazing. Look at that. Be sure to thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss any of my dishes, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!